It's your host, Hollie, and it's time for a little teaser talk. Hey everyone, happy Teaser Talk Tuesday. It's Hollie here with another kick-ass episode of Teaser Talk. I am so excited about today's guest. I've been looking forward to interviewing this awesome rock star on the podcast. And I'm just so glad that we're making it happen because, you know, it's an interesting story, like how I got to know him, but also then like finding out about another band that was actually even super cool. And I just fell immediately in love with it. Anyways, long story short, welcome Ty Oliver with Raygun Romance.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I am, like I said, I'm so excited. So let's kick off this episode with you just kind of sharing your musical journey. I mean, you're a super talented guy, anything from drums to guitar to vocals. Obviously that didn't happen overnight. So I just love to hear like how you got started, like what got you into the whole scene and why music?
Well, I started out on drums when I was like 15 or so. And I just was watching MTV a bunch at the time and like just kind of, you know, getting really interested in music in general. And I just was drawn to guys like Tommy Lee and, you know, just that big rock star, you know, kind of thing. And drums just appealed to me at the time, you know? And, so I started out by getting a drum kit and then I jammed with my friends and they'd leave their gear at my house. And because everyone just jammed at my house, that was kind of like the thing. My mom was cool enough to let us do that. So thanks, Mom. So when I couldn't practice drums at night, I would just pick up people's guitars and just kind of fool around. And so that's kind of how I started learning guitar. It's just I just fooled around for fun. And eventually I started leaning more towards guitar over the years and eventually just kind of decided I wanted to play guitar. But that wasn't until like, I don't know, 2001. So I kind of went back and forth for a bunch of years and then I, you know, I got really serious about it because I loved music and I always, you know, was serious about it, but I kind of hit a point where I was like, all right, I really need to like really focus and put the time and energy into it. And that's when I started doing like instrumental stuff. In like that, yeah, like I said, like 2001, that's kind of when that kicked off. And so that's when I really had like a direction and I put out a couple instrumental CDs on my own and had like a 3-piece instrumental band that I just went out under my own name. And I was like super into like Satriani and Steve Vai and that kind of thing. And so that's where, you know, that's where that came from. But that kind of ran its course because I liked other music too. I liked all kinds of stuff, new stuff, old stuff, 80s stuff, you know, industrial stuff, goth stuff, you name it. And I just started wanting to be in more of like a traditional band with like a vocalist. I didn't really care about like having guitar solos as much anymore. I just kind of like, it just kind of ran its course. So then, yeah, I started leaning towards just doing like a rock band kind of thing. And this is like around like 2009-ish. And I eventually wound up in this very briefly in this singer named Megan McCauley's band. She was from LA, and it came down to LA. Well, I'm here now, but at the time I wasn't living here, and I wound up in LA in her band for a second, and that imploded very quickly. That's a long story, but and then I came back to Santa Cruz, where I'm from, Santa Cruz, California, and I wound up in doing an original band called Requiem for the Dead for a couple years, put out an album. It's on iTunes. Check it out, Requiem for the Dead, Always and Forever. It's kind of like a goth rock, industrial kind of thing. And then I was just bouncing around doing like local bands in the San Francisco Bay Area, just playing guitar for other bands and goth industrial kind of stuff. And then the Powerman thing came about just totally randomly. That was super random and by chance. And I was just a fan of the band. And I didn't know any of those guys at all. And
so, yeah, I want to hear that story because like, how do you go from like oh, I'm a fan of the band, like that's cool. Not
I can tell you right
everybody.
now.
Usually somebody knows somebody who knows somebody, or you know them personally.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear kind of like how that happens, because like that's kind of like one of those everybody dreams moment, you know what I mean? Like they're perfect, the
Absolutely.
enjoy
Yeah.
and then being a part of it.
100%. And it totally happened that way because, like I said, I was a fanboy. I just followed them. I commented on all their stuff on social media. I had the posters on my wall, the whole thing.
That's
And
awesome.
and so I was just at work one morning, and I was just on Facebook instead of working, and I got this message from the guitar player at the time, Nick Quijano, and he was like, "Hey Ty, do you have any video of you playing guitar live?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." But I immediately was like, "Why is this guy messaging me? Like, I don't know him at all." But it was kind of like exciting too. It was like, well,
Yeah.
this is curious. And I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever you want." And then long story short, he just was like, "Hey, we're kind of maybe going to be looking for a guitar player. Can you learn these songs and video yourself playing these songs and then send them to us?" And and I was like, "Yes, absolutely, whatever you want." And then they were like, "Hey, can you be here at, this day for an audition?" Yep, absolutely. And
Yeah. How do you,
I mean, that's how it happened. I mean, it's just so out of the blue. It was like, and the timing was interesting because I'd been, up until that point, I'd just been trying so hard to get an opportunity like that, or just go and be a professional musician and get to tour and stuff. And like,
mhm.
and I was getting older, and like, it hadn't happened. And I had a decent job, and I was kind of stable. And I kind of hit a point where I was like, well, shit, I can't just go around in a van and like sleep on couches and, quit a job to go on tour at this point. Like I kind of let it go and given up on it. I hate to say give up, but like, I'd kind of hit a point where I was like, oh, it's just not going to happen. I tried, and then this happened. So yeah.
That's crazy.
Cool.
So would you say it's probably because like you just had that consistent like state of mind, like you're always engaging in their content and just, it's interesting to see like that happen. That's super cool.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Uh, I think maybe I was active enough, and I definitely kept a certain. I'm just guessing here. I don't know. I never really got the real answer, but like I didn't really dig into it too much. But Spider said, he's like, "Oh yeah, I was the one that found you and was like, hey, let's hit him up." But
That's awesome.
yeah, it's really cool. But I get, I had enough of an image. I mean, I was active and I was playing live, and like, my profile photo was like me on stage with a guitar. So
Got
it's
it.
like maybe it caught their attention somehow for some reason, whatever. But that's how it happened as far as I know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So like you go from Powerman. It's so funny because not funny, but it's interesting. You have I don't know, you have a very cool style because it's like kind of like 80s rock glam meets goth meets like, I don't know, like some, I don't say techno, but like some like electronic music going on.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's a very cool style that you have. And I think it's very,
Thank you.
like listening to your musical journey, like I can kind of see like how all those elements are kind of brought into it. So Powerman 5000 happens. Obviously, COVID hits, all this, everything kind of like freezes. What were you doing? Because you started Raygun, Raygun
Not the
before,
sunglasses.
not the sunglasses. You did not start that, but Raygun Romance. You started that, but right before COVID, right? So like, can we start a little bit, like share a little bit about that journey, and then like, because I know like that's like your baby, right? Like that's something that's like amazing. I'm a huge fan of it.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate you checking it out a lot. And yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's 100% my musical baby, and but I started it in 2019. Officially, I put out like the first single with it in the beginning of 19, and yeah, I'd been doing Powerman for a few years at that point, and I just hadn't done anything creative. Like I just my head was just totally in the Powerman game, which is fine because it was like totally satisfying. I was playing live and it was great, and it was all good, but I just hadn't done anything creatively on my own in a minute, and I just got that itch again, and I had a direction in mind and just a whole vibe with it, and I wanted to go more electronic. I wanted to do something that was not so rock or guitar based. I was more like, hey, if there's no guitars, whatever, who cares? Because I have a lot of electronic influences and goth influences and industrial, you know, just in 80s stuff, obviously. Basically everything you said about all the influences is pretty spot on. So that's cool that came across. But yeah, so I kind of just, I had some demos that I finally they started to take shape, and I just got a direction in mind, and I was like, all right, you know what, I'm going to do this like electronic project, and it's going to be called this. And, you know, I wanted to kind of have this future-y, like, but retro vibe kind of thing. And that's how that started. But originally, when I first launched it, I was working with a singer who was kind of like a hired gun. And that initially was how I envisioned it going, was just her being the singer, and I was just going to make the music. And the first batch of songs we put out in 2019 was that. And then, but she's a solo artist on her own, and so she went back to doing her thing. And so I was kind of like in a tight spot, because I was like, well, now what? I want to keep going, you know, like I really like this project, but I don't have a singer anymore. And so going into COVID, like all of 2020, like the Powerman wasn't doing anything. No band was really. And so I just was like writing and recording a bunch that whole year, really. And but struggling, because like I didn't have a singer and I didn't know what I was going to do. I was like, well, I can just hit up different vocalists and maybe there can be a guest on everyone. But that was also, I quickly realized that's not going to be sustainable. So out of necessity, towards the end of, well, basically at the beginning of 2021, I was like desperate. I'm like, shit, what, fuck it, I'm just going to try singing, you know. And you know, and I did not ever have that on my radar at all, ever. Like, no way. It was totally brand new to me. And I just was like, but I was desperate. I just wanted to get the project going and more, you know, and continue it. And so I just tried it, and I got away with it enough to where I was like, I think I can do this. I think I can do it enough to fool people and put and finish the art. That was all, you know, that was my mindset about it. So
I love it. It's awesome. But a lot of the stuff, I mean, obviously your passions, like, it's shown through with, you know, Raygun. It's shown through it. Like, you can see, like, you know, there's a lot of thought put into it. It's very intentional. But a lot of the stuff too that you do, it's a lot, and you wouldn't know this, I just know this just from like doing a little bit of homework on you, but it's a lot of it, like, you're resourceful, like it's a lot DIY stuff, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Which is crazy because it looks fantastic, it sounds fantastic, and everything else. So, like, is that something you've had in your background, like any kind of engineering or videography, or you just out of necessity, you just made it happen to make it happen?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. No, I again, thank you for checking that stuff out, and yeah, the kind words. No, again, out of necessity. I wanted to do video for the project since I started it, and it was either a matter of I didn't have the funds to get the people I wanted, or they were too busy, or I was always chasing somebody around being like, hey, when can we do it? And I would just never get an answer. And I got sick of it. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll do it myself. You know, like, how hard could it be? I mean, it's easy. I can say that now, but at the time I was like, fuck, what am I thinking? This is going to be trash. It's not going to be good. And so I just started asking around, like, hey, you know, to some people that I knew, like Spider, who makes movies, and actually the merch guy from Powerman, he's into film and stuff. And I was like, hey, what should I do to, like, I want to make a video on my own. And they were like, dude, just use your phone. There's the technology now is like, you can do it. And I was like, nah, it's gonna look like trash. No way. And they just pointed me in the direction of some good an app that looks really good for filming on your phone, and then some YouTube videos on like how to make a music video, you know, with your iPhone. And I just researched it a bit, and I just was like, all right, I'm gonna go for it. You know, let's see how it looks. And the first one I did was for a cover song called from the song Naked from Goo Goo Dolls. And it came out really good. And I just was like, wow, okay, I think I can do this. And I had my girlfriend at the time, like, film it. I just got a gimbal, and then we took the footage and I just edited it. I just winged it. I was like, all right, I know what I like. And I just sat there and did it until it looked good enough. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much it. I don't
So
have any
your
background in
current
it
ones
at
that
all.
your current videos that you guys you're making right now, are they still iPhone?
Yep, all of them,
Get
every
out of
single
here.
one.
Like,
Yeah, no, every single one. Everyone that I did,
wow.
everyone that has me singing, that was filmed with my phone. Yeah.
Wow, that is incredible. And everyone
Yeah.
listening in, whether you guys are listening in the audio version or hopping on YouTube and catching this as a video, I would highly suggest, of course, after you guys finish this episode, don't you be hopping off and checking it down that rabbit hole just yet. But absolutely, you guys check it out, because like I'm amazed. Like I knew you were like some DIY stuff, but I was assuming like, you know, a tripod camera setup, or, you know, they even have like some cool AI cameras out there. There's one brand in particular, it's like $1,000, but you get like a 3-pack camera, and then you can position them. So anytime somebody speaks or something, you know, it
switches.
which is just to that person. I'm like, it's
Okay,
so crazy,
cool.
because like I feel like with technology, it's almost eliminating a lot of heavy editing that has to usually go through the process and collapsing time.
Right. I mean, yeah, it's pretty wild what's out there and what you can do. And yeah, it's all iPhone. Even the last two, the most recent two that I did, the song Maybe and then Let It Go, that I just filmed those by myself with a ring light, and that's it, my phone.
That's incredible. Like you need
Yeah, it
to
was
have
crazy
like a
because like,
documentary on that. Like I'm
no,
impressed.
you just got to get crafty, and
Yeah.
then get really crafty with the editing. And obviously, ideally, I'd rather have someone there, because you can get that movement, and like, you know, you can do stuff that you can't do on your own. But
yeah, for sure.
again, just out of necessity, I was like, I want to make a video, and it's just me right now, so I got to do what the best I can. So yeah.
That's badass.
Yeah.
That's super cool. Yeah, and I wasn't gonna say it earlier, but you did say the line "Let It Go" earlier, and I was like, she said it, buzzword.
Yeah. Yep.
That's awesome. But okay, so you know, obviously you're still leading that project, and it's still very much active and producing. What's new for you? Like, what's next? What are you currently working on?
Yeah, no, I know it's been kind of, actually, it's been, I'm kind of stressing, because the last thing I did was, that the current single is Let It Go, and I put that out in January, and I haven't been that active on it since. It's kind of tough, because it's like, it's just me. So
Yeah.
I don't have a ton of content to just be cranking out all the time. But I'm working on a new song. I've got a couple that are finished, that I've had finished for a while, but I just don't feel 100% about them enough to put them out and be like, hey, this is the next thing. But I've got one in the works that I'm really excited about. It's been a little bit more difficult to kind of rein it in, but I think I've hit a point with it in the last couple of days where it's going in the direction I wanted it to. But yeah, I've got a new song in the works that I'm aiming to be the next thing that I put out and do a video for. I wish I could give you a better timeline on like when that's going to happen, but I'm hoping within the next month I can get that out and start promoting it and stuff, because I hate when there's just downtime with the project, and like, because I know like keeping momentum and keeping yourself in people's eyes and on their radar is important, but when I don't have anything to put out, it's tough, because it's just like, but I'm working on it behind the scenes always, so yeah, there's a new song in the works, and I'm aiming to get it out ASAP. You know what I mean? So
very cool.
Yeah.
Do you have an album drop in mind anytime soon?
No, because I'm just gonna do singles.
Cool.
And unless, because the way people consume music these days, I mean, even myself, is like, I'm either on YouTube or on Spotify, and you can just listen to whatever you want in a row. So it's like, I mean, I listen to albums because I'm old school sometimes, but I also listen to songs in a row too. It could be different stuff, but it's like, so putting out an album doesn't make a lot of sense for me, because the promotion cycle for something is so short, and the window of, the attention span for most people is so short now, that like, I could put out 10 songs, and within 2 weeks, people are just not going to care anymore.
Moved on to the next one. It's a crazy
they're on the next thing. Yeah.
It's like, I think it's like that instant gratification, like environment we've kind of created for ourselves. I mean, we went from like, you had to wait until like an actual CD came out or a cassette to like consume music. And then once you got it there, then like you played that shit until like you were into it for a while. Cassette. Yeah, 100%. But then now it's like, now we get like Amazon 2-day shipping, you know what I mean? Or even one day. And now we have Instacart. Now we have all this stuff where people are like wanting it now, and then it's like one and done. And
well,
it's
they do. They hear it and they're like, okay, what's next?
Exactly. They're like, that was a cool song. So what are we doing next? And even like, think about it, even like, you know, Netflix and streaming platforms, we have the ability of like binge watching something and then we just move on to the next thing.
Right.
It's just, I don't know. It's scary as a society. I'm concerned what's going to happen in 100 years.
It's we're headed down a scary path, but in some ways it's great because you have such access to so much with just your phone, you know. I mean, you have an entire library of music that you used to have. It'd be just stacks of CDs, and now it's just like on your phone. I mean, that's amazing to me. I mean, so in that way it's cool, but it's also, it's very quick. People are just like, what's next? Give me the next
think
thing.
About like, you know, TikTok or YouTube shorts or reels, or, you know, where people are like, it's quick 15 seconds and they're on to the next one. You have to, it's like dance monkey, like, right.
That's exactly it.
So your approach definitely makes sense. I'm definitely going to keep an eye out and keep watching like how that, you know, how you drop it and stuff. Cause it's interesting.
No, thank you. And I man, I mean, I'm struggling to get eyes and ears on the project in general. But it's tough because I just, like I said, I don't, in between a release, it's like there's always this downtime. Like, I don't have content to put out all the time, and I don't really have the motivation to like keep up with that sometimes. Like I'm trying to create a music, and that, I guess my focus is on the music part and producing that and then promoting it, and like that in itself is a lot. The in between is the tough part because, you know, it's like, how many times can I say, oh, the new song's out, and then, you know, a month goes by and it's like I can't just keep saying the same thing. So
which I will say that like Raygun Romance is definitely a hidden gem. Like to go back and touch back on my introduction, saying that, like, you know, I discovered you one way, but then I went down the rabbit hole. So like, obviously, you know,
thank you for doing that, by the way.
You being with Powerman, like, so like Powerman was playing at a festival here a couple weeks ago or whatever. And I was like, going through, and like, that's how like I really enjoy in-person interviews. Just because, like, I mean, why not, right? There's something about being in person. It's just the environment, everything. So I was like, oh my gosh, like I don't know why, but like when I was looking, I'm like, this guy seems cool as shit. Like, I want to see if I can get him on the show. And then after I started, like, you know, doing a little bit of homework on you, and I'm like, wait, what is this? And I'm like, instantly, like, game over. So absolutely everyone listening, and you guys have got to check out Raygun Romance. Like, it's
You're
like
too kind. Thank you.
And I guess like that's just kind of my jive too, because it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different than what's currently out there. I think that's why I enjoy it too. It's a breath of fresh air.
Thank you. I really, really, really appreciate it, because I'm like you said, it's my baby, and I put everything into it, and it's the most genuine, pure example of my creative output. So like, if you listen to it and you check it out and you take the time to dig it, like, thank you endlessly.
Yeah, very cool. And you guys listening, and once you guys listen and consume that the music videos and the music itself, it definitely shows that there's intent put behind it and a lot of care put together when composing it. But well, very cool. So any other updates that we want to chat before we get into the next part of this podcast interview?
Other than, hey, if you haven't checked out Raygun Romance, please do. It's on YouTube, it's on Spotify, it's on all the usual platforms. I'm working on the next thing. I'm always working on something. It will be coming. Other than that, no, not really.
I love it. Yeah, you guys make sure to go check them out for sure. And this will bring us to our next segment of the show. So you may or may not know, but sometimes I like to do some fun stuff with guests. And I was like, why not do something fun with you? So I know that you like White Russians, and I'll be completely honest, I have never drank one in my entire life.
Oh, wow.
I know. I am so embarrassed right now.
Well, you're missing out.
So this is the next show.
I mean,
the
it's
next
pretty sweet. But...
I know, right? So I'm excited. So I'm going to let you teach me how to make one of these, because again, I've never had one. So we've got Kahlua. Woo.
Yep.
I've got, is that Strolli vodka? Yeah, Strolli vodka.
Stoli. Yeah, I mean, that's my kind of go-to. I mean, I'm not going to say it's the best vodka in the world, but it's the one I like. And yeah, so it's basically
All right, what do I start with first? Oh, and also half and half. So I'm personally a Tito's girl.
Oh,
So,
okay, yeah, you
like,
can roll with Tito's too, you know.
yeah, but you know, I wanted to make this like the Thai Oliver, like wet Russian. So let's
Oh,
go.
man.
What do I pour in first?
I would say you do equal parts Kahlua and vodka, maybe a little bit more Kahlua. God, if I was there, I would just do it. But
I know this is sad. This is like fun
I mean,
virtual.
so I would say fill up the glass with like a little more, and then vodka.
Okay.
Up to like maybe not quite all the way.
Okay. And you guys who are listening into the audio experience, you guys have to check this out on YouTube because it's definitely more entertaining because you see it visually.
Oh man, this is crazy.
I'm gonna die. This is a lot of vodka.
Okay, and then maybe a little bit more Kahlua. Just a little bit more Kahlua.
Perfect.
After that, just top it off with Kahlua. I would, because I like it a little sweeter, but you know, it's all preference.
Yeah.
That's good. Cool.
Perfect. And
then you just top it off with half and half and stir it a little bit. Oh man. Okay. I hope this is, it's not for everybody. So
if I like spit it out, I'm so sorry. No, I'm joking.
Totally cool. I mean, what do you usually drink?
I usually drink like Tito's, soda water.
Oh, okay. Well then,
so yeah, this is like up my alley kind of. And I do too like to throw in like Crystal Light just so it's not super sugary, so I don't like feel like a bag of dicks the next day.
You'll probably feel like a bag of dicks after this one.
That's totally fine. Tomorrow's the week, or Friday. Okay, so
yeah, so you just stir it up and then
spilling it everywhere too. This is awful.
It's very rich. If you're used to doing like vodka soda, because that's my other go-to as well. But this is gonna be different. But
well, I want to taste this before we roll into our games, just so I can like get the taste.
Yeah, if you're grossed out, like it's all good.
No, this is actually delicious. Like,
oh yeah,
I'm a huge like coffee fan, and obviously Kahlua with it being rum and coffee. One of the best drinks I've ever had, like with rum. It was like rum espresso. And like, just a bunch of good stuff. So yeah, this is approved. I will drink more of these. So thank you for this exposure.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so now that we have our drinks in hand, let's play a little game.
Okay.
So we're gonna do obviously drinking game, and it's not gonna be anything like you don't have to like. It's nothing you could study for. I guess you could study for it, but it's kind of like a this or that type thing. Like you got to pick one. Is it this one or that one? So this game in particular is called kinky sex position or yoga pose.
All right.
So I'm going to call a name.
You did warn me this is not PG-13. Okay.
I did. And I was like making sure because like I didn't want to throw this out there and you'd be like, my brand is like Christian, like following.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I just want to make sure be respectful, but
yeah.
No surprise. Hopefully I didn't disappoint. So the rules are very simple. Okay. I say a name and you either say, oh, that's definitely like a kinky position, or no, that's totally a yoga position. Okay. If you get it incorrect, you got to take a sip. Okay. If you get it correct, I have to take a sip.
Oh, all right, cool.
And with the amount of vodka that I just poured in my drink, I'm rooting that you lose this one.
You'll be fine.
So we'll kick it off with the giraffe.
The giraffe.
Yeah.
That's a yoga position.
Ooh, you got to take a sip. That is most definitely a kinky sex position.
Really? God damn it.
Like, you obviously
I've never heard of this. How have I never heard of this?
Think of it like a giraffe. Like you lean over to eat things. I'm gonna let you guys.
This is a sex position?
Yeah, it's a kinky sex position where you can kind of lean over. Anyways, yeah.
I'm trying to do the visual on this one. I'm like, I don't know. All right, that's a new one for me.
Take my word for it. And I will say this, I definitely got educated while I was doing some research for this game because I don't know a lot of these either. So it's okay. If you don't know it,
fair enough.
It's okay because I don't either. Okay, the next one is Irish Garden.
Wow. I'm gonna say yoga.
Oh my God. You
Is
gotta
it?
drink.
Fuck, dude. All right. What? Where are these coming
Usually when I
from?
do these games, I make it super easy. Like I'll throw a couple bones in there. Unfortunately for you, Ty, I did not throw any bones for you. So you're just
All right.
like,
That's fine. That's fine. I'll play along.
okay, the
I'm
next
just
one
like, what the
is,
hell is an Irish garden?
again, I had no idea. I will gladly send anyone who's interested, if you DM me, I will send you the link of where I found all this information from, if you guys are curious. Next up is feathered peacock.
I'm gonna say it's a sex position.
Oh my gosh, you're doing so bad at this game. You got to drink again.
Really?
Yoga pose.
Oh man.
Yeah, I didn't do any, like, I didn't throw you like downward dog or anything like that. So
Yeah, I was
sorry.
like, wait, I was waiting for that one. I'm like, well, I
Yeah.
know that one. So,
Yeah, see, that's why I'm like, no, that's too easy. We like, that's rookie stuff. We got to take it up a little bit.
All right, all right.
The
Shit.
next one is firefly.
I'm gonna say yoga.
Okay, good job. Ding, ding, ding. Well, I'm taking a sip for that one.
Finally. All right. I'm like 1 for 4 or something, right?
I think I made mine too strong. I'm dying.
Oh man, good times.
Okay, let's
Good
hope
times.
you keep losing because. Ugh. Okay, next is head to knee.
So you don't like the drink now?
I do, but like I think my vodka just kind of went all the way up to the top, and it tasted just a bunch of like vodka. And I think
Okay, yeah. See, yeah, you got, and that's where you can add more Kahlua, or whatever.
I might just die right here in this podcast, and it'd be really weird if I just like pass out and you're like, this is weird. Bye.
Is she okay? Hopefully that doesn't happen. All right.
Next one is head to knee.
Wait, head to knee?
Head to knee.
Yoga?
Good job. Well, not
Cool.
good job because I've got a drink on this one.
You got it.
2 seconds. Let me stir this up. That coffee just
Yeah,
goes
yeah.
all the way down the bottom. Did you see how dark it was at the bottom?
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
I definitely didn't like bring the
Yeah, I
most-
mean, like, ideally, if you can toss it and get it to mix a little better, that's
I
cool.
know.
But yeah,
I was like trying to like make it look all like professional, even though you can't even see the display I
It's
have over
fine.
here. But
you did just fine. Yeah.
thank you for that.
Yeah.
Next is going to be octopus.
Oh man, I'm gonna say sex.
Good job. Well, not good job, but yeah,
Ha!
right.
See, now I'm turning the tables here.
I know. I'm like, WTF, I got to do better. All right. 8 angle.
Yoga.
That is correct. Damn it. I felt like
It's like now you're trailing behind.
I was super arrogant. This is what I get for being arrogant.
Yeah, the angle. Well, yeah, okay. The angle,
Yeah.
I was gonna say the angle thing tipped me off. I was like, it doesn't really.
It could be like some like orgy thing, like 8 people.
I mean, it
angles.
could be.
But nope, it's definitely yoga. All right, next is heels overhead.
I'm gonna say yoga.
Oh, you need to sip a drink. That is
Shit.
I know it's like
I felt like it was too obvious for sex.
It was too obvious because you were like, of course.
Well, of course. Like, yeah, okay.
All right, next up is bridge.
That is a sex position.
Congratulations. I am drinking. I gotta take some smaller sips. I'm over here like chugging it.
You'll
like
be fine.
like
You'll be just fine.
I'm like a college frat guy right now. Like crazy.
You'll be fine.
Okay, next is extended triangle.
Yoga.
Goodness gracious.
Bam.
You're making a comeback.
Yeah. Bam.
You should go buy like a lottery ticket or something because your luck right now.
Sure.
Okay, next is wide angled seated forward.
That's yoga.
FML.
I mean, we can stop if you want.
No, this was my brilliant idea. I'm seeing it through.
Okay.
I just
All right.
thought maybe I made this a little bit challenging, but apparently not.
I mean, it is, because I'm like, some of them have to really think about it. I'm like, well, you
What
know,
about
it could go either way. Yeah.
right? Like that's
Yeah.
10 to 10 of it, right? Because I feel like yoga,
Yeah.
like you these weird names, and then obviously like kinky sex positions, they're not gonna call
Sure.
them like sunflowers. So, you know. Next up is bended knee.
I'm gonna say yoga.
And I'm gonna say you need a drink.
Fuck. All right. Okay. Bended knee, huh? What's all right.
This might be one of the most educational podcast interviews I've ever
Yeah.
had. People are learning some shit right now.
Yeah. Hey, pay attention, kids.
Yeah, you guys take some notes. Next is one-legged king pigeon.
Yoga.
That is correct. I'm thinking like if that was a sex move, could you imagine like
I just
one-legged? Like what?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a whole thing.
There's a lot. Yeah. Anyways.
Yes.
So next is going to be, let's see. Let's do downstroke.
Sex.
Correct.
Yes. Good.
All right. Whew. Next up, let's do bound angle.
Would you say down or bound?
Bound, like you're bounding together, like a.
Yeah. Yoga.
Correct. I was trying to throw you off. I was like bound.
No. Yeah, I think I noticed that the yoga stuff has the angle thing in it. So
well, MFR. Hopefully, I don't have anything else in here that I don't. Okay, cool. We played that one out.
Yeah.
Next is helicopter.
Oh, that's a sex one.
Definitely. Yeah. You sound very familiar with that.
Yeah, there was a group text with the band, and that was one that got thrown around a bit. It was pretty silly.
Well, you have an unfair advantage. Next is wheelbarrow.
Sex.
Correct.
I love it.
My drink is like halfway gone. You see my face? Okay. Next is corpse.
Sorry, what was it?
Corpse.
Sex.
That is yoga. Drink up, sir.
Ah, shit. All right.
Thank gosh. Like my kidney's about to die right now, or whatever, liver, or whatever, some kind of organ in my body that's about to give out.
Ah, you're fine. You can handle it.
Yeah,
you're a big girl.
A big girl pants on. Okay, let's see here. Oh, this one was in here twice. That actually was the conclusion. That was the last one. I'm getting a little bit buzzed. So at this point in time, I'm like, we have more, but we don't. So
okay,
let's count up your wins. So you've got 1, 2. Oh gosh, 3.
Yeah,
4,
I lost track.
5,
I can't remember. I think I won.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You definitely won. Congratulations. This is
Thank you. Good. What do I win? Anything?
I think you win bragging rights just to say that you definitely know your yoga.
I don't though, because I've never done it.
Well, then on the flip side, you got bragging rights that you definitely know your kinky sex positions. Congratulations.
Sure. I'll take it.
There you go. That was fun. Well, I appreciate you being a trooper and drinking along with me. And yeah, that was good. That was fun.
Of course. Yeah, no, if anything, I appreciate you. I feel like you were just like not wanting to take big sips of that anymore.
Oh, no. You know what? I think it just caught me off guard because like all my coffee, the Kahlua just kind of sank to the bottom and I'm just sipping pure.
Yeah, no, you got to have it. It's got to be done right.
Shaken, not stirred. And
yeah. I mean, yeah. So yeah, because I'm bummed because I want you to have like a proper first White Russian experience, and I feel like you kind of didn't, and it'll put you off to it now, which is a bummer. So.
No. Like I will most definitely have somebody professionally make one of these for me because I'm no pro at, obviously, clearly. I'm like,
That's okay.
You guys can't see it, but it's spilled all over my lap and all over my couch.
Hey, there's a first time for everything.
Yeah. Probably the last time for me to like be making it like, right here. But thank you so much, Ty. I appreciate your time. And everyone listening in, I hope you guys learned something awesome about Ty. And also, I hope you learned a new sex position that you might be trying later tonight, if you're lucky.
A giraffe or something.
A giraffe. I'm telling you.
I don't know.
Yeah. It will make sense once you discover what it is. Cause I was like, what? And then I was like, oh, when I saw a picture, I'm like, that makes sense. Like, yeah. Anyways, we won't go into details, but you guys have
research that one.
You guys have access to the Googles of the interwebs. So definitely do your research on anything that intrigued you. But also, most importantly, you guys go check out Ty, go check out Raygun Romance. You will be amazed and just taken aback. So yeah, enjoy it. Ty, thanks so much, everybody. Until next time, keep rocking. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Teaser Talk. Head over to teasertalk.com to subscribe so you don't miss out on another episode. Until next week, keep rocking.